Sanctum Survivor event is a 36-hour challenge where we've been asked to live on the streets of Saskatoon for 36 hours. They take away your ID, your money, your health card, the clothes off your back, and you're kind of left to fend for yourself.
I don't know where I'm sleeping tonight. I'm not used to that. I don't know where I'm sleeping, under what circumstances. We have absolutely no money. I wonder if we're gonna have to beg, or I guess we're gonna have to go to a soup kitchen. I have no idea where there are soup kitchens in Saskatoon.
And I've now been deemed diabetic, and so I have to check my sugars, and I'll have to have access to food and good food on a regular basis in the next 36 hours. People do live with diabetes on the street, and they struggle. I think this will be good for me to learn.
I myself lived in this community. I myself was homeless in this community as a child. And now I'm in a position where I'm able to give back. And I can do that right now in this challenge by raising awareness. And so I'm working in solidarity with the people who are still struggling.
The next 36 hours are going to be exciting as you face many of the challenges that our homeless people face in Saskatoon and in Saskatchewan every day.
We just had to give our names and our birthdays, and they put us into the system because we had never been there before. And she explained how the food bank works, that they can supply food for 2 to 3 days, but you can only come in, what was it, twice a month?
Twice a month.
Yeah. I think the hard thing for me is seeing a few families in there. You saw some little kids running around, and I think back to growing up with 2 brothers and how much food that they eat. And then you see this little boy running around and questioning how much food is he actually going to get to grow up to be strong and healthy.
We're in what's called the Mayfair Methadone Clinic. From what we've been told is you can meet with a counselor, you can meet with a physician, and they can potentially prescribe you for methadone. And then actually what's right next door is the pharmacy. So it's actually a unique setup. What we learned from the pharmacist next door is that you can come here and then you go there and you get your methadone. She says typically they'll come in every day or once a week, depending on the level that they need.
So we went around the corner and discreetly sat on the outside of the food bank to do, for me, my very first glucose blood monitoring test. It was a pretty bonding experience.
It was very bonding, yes, very good.
Didn't expect to share that with more.
Yeah, to the side. Yeah. Perfect. In the office, we tell people to do this. You have to do this, you must, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, it's not as easy as the 2-minute spiel we give people. It's awkward, and you feel very exposed.
So we are here at the Friendship Inn, and we just had a nice hot meal. And we kind of lucked out. It was one of the staff's birthday. We got birthday cake too. I got some banana bread, a hamburger soup, and mashed potatoes, real mashed potatoes, complete with chunks, just like Mom used to make. We were talking to the gentleman sitting next to us. He says he comes here not every day, but he does like to see his friends when he's here and have a cup of coffee with them.
We're at the STC Health Center, where anyone can come here to exchange needles, to meet addictions counselors, and to get tested for HIV and hepatitis C. Considering I'm from an empowered part of society, I couldn't believe how nervous I was waiting. They have a 5-minute test. In 5 minutes they can test you and say whether you're HIV positive or not. And in those 5 minutes I was so nervous, crazily. Imagining if you're homeless and have had a terrible life, how nerve-wracking it was me. It's grim.
Clearly you just have 1 dot at the top and no dots at the bottom, so that's a non-reactive result.
I went to the mother support group. They informed us that it was just for women, so Morgan obviously gracefully left, and I got to sit down and find out what exactly the facility is, and it is just a safe place for women to come, a great place for them to get breastfeeding advice or advice for their children or just other moms to network. And there's also connection to doctors here as well. So this is a really great place because they have the professionals here to help you learn all of that stuff and get the same support that a mother who may be able to afford all of those extra added benefits can get as well. It's a great facility for moms that I didn't know that this support even was here in the city.
We went across to a thrift store, and it was just opening because it was 10 o'clock in the morning, and they did sell household items. And honestly, we walked in there and said that we were homeless and that we'd been to the food bank and that they had given us food to eat, but we had no way of opening it. And she was so nice, and she said, if you rifle through the stuff over there and you find a can opener, you can have it. I'm like the queen because I can open all the cans. So, you know, I think that I got to the top of the ladder for that. Yeah, it's amazing how something so simple is so necessary.
For an appointment to St. Paul's to be
We've come here to find the needle exchange van, which also does testing. Well, I have no reason to believe that I should have any concern. It is amazing the pause and discomfort. Did I miss something in my past that's now going to show up? That was a bit disconcerting.
So just like many homeless people in our community, it's 8 o'clock and you don't know where you're staying yet for the evening. For some of you, it means you still have a few miles to walk to get to where you have to go tonight.
Having a bed instead of having to be outside is definitely nice. A little bit nervous because you're never sure who else is going to be in here. I never haven't been here before, but definitely better to be inside than outside.
Well, I'm here in the playground of Kinsman Park with Morgan, Morris, Michael, and myself, the four of us. We thought initially we'd sleep in Kinsman Park on park benches over there, but we figured this rubbery stuff might be softer. And I'm actually sleeping, Michael and I are sleeping in the slide structure.
We woke up cold, tired, and I guess what really occurred to us first thing is we started to walk around at 4:30. So we came down to the river to charge our phones at the Vimy Memorial, and also just to enjoy the sunshine here on the beautiful Saskatchewan River.
Learning about the world that I thought I knew about but really didn't know about. It's been a really positive experience, and 10% has been really disturbing and difficult to process.
This isn't living to me. This is just barely getting by. So anything that we can do to help, the homeless people or any people that are down on their luck that we can do, I think we have to do that. And as a society, we have to not ignore, our homeless people.